Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 1988 Decepticon Powermaster Darkwing. So because this is a showcase, we've got loads of things to get through with, and I hope you find this interesting and indeed it helps you out. We are going to have a look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We'll have a look at the accessories that come with him to help you know if yours is complete. Because he's a vintage figure, I'm going to point out things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase him one for yourself. I'll show you his combined form with the other Powermaster figure as well. I'll also very briefly show you who this guy is and explain a little bit more about them as well. And we'll have a quick look at one of the later versions of him because that's the only one that I've got. I'm missing the Universe one, and because I'm lucky enough to have one in the original packaging, we can have a look at the fantastic artwork on the back of that. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out. So you're probably wondering why I've got so many of these, and in all honesty it's because I've got a real soft spot for this figure, and indeed, as I say, his Powermaster partner, and that is because I've got such fond memories of getting both of these for Christmas in 1988. Now although the Transformers I suppose since the inception had changed quite a lot, and I know a lot of people had sort of dwindled away from this because they didn't like the plastic aspects, and obviously the older versions of the Diaclone figures were a little bit more intricate. I just really loved these sets of figures, to be honest. Yes, they are a little bit more basic from there, but it's all about the fun and the playability. And with this, you've got obviously the alternate mode, the robot mode, and a combined mode. So we're going to start off by looking at the robot, and as I said, he is quite basic. You've got articulation at the shoulders, you've got a bicep flexion, and we actually do have a wrist swivel as well, to be honest. We don't have, well, we definitely haven't got a waist swivel. I wouldn't really say it's leg articulation. It does just go out to the side, but not really very far, and I wouldn't advise it. And that's, I suppose, obviously not leg articulation. It's just down to transformation, and we can't really call this an ankle tilt or rock. So it's mainly torso. Well, it's the arms, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's the arms that are the only thing that sort of move with these, to be honest. But as I say, it's about the playability. I want to show you the accessories that come with him. These are the two blasters that come with him, and you can actually combine the two together, which funnily enough I don't know why they're not, but I did have them connected to the combined mode, so you can combine both of these together. You can put them in his hands, obviously in robot mode. You can put them in his hands in his combined mode. In either ones you can share them out, or indeed of course in the jet mode, or you can just separate them like this. Now not all these are in great condition. I'm going to point out things obviously for you to be aware of, because quite a few things can go wrong with this figure, mainly the fact if you lose the Powermaster engine, but I'm going to touch on that in a second. The other thing obviously is quite obvious is stickers, especially when he's in his alternate mode. If I show you his alternate mode, the stickers on the wings, these are starting to well, they've got a bit dirty, haven't they? In all honesty, there's a bit of dirt on here again from old stickers, but the big thing that you're looking for with these, it's the combining parts here. Now you can see on there, there's a huge, that's not just the light reflecting, that is a huge stress mark, and that is the most common thing to get damaged, as well as the transformation gimmick with the Godmaster. So I'd always ask, if you're looking to purchase one of these on eBay, for images in both modes, because without this guy it can actually, well, the transformation process is pretty difficult. I'm not going to do it on this video because I want to keep the length of the video down, but the Powermaster stays in really tight. As you can see, I am going to do a full transformation process to show you how to do it. You can just about get away with holding it in with your hands, but even then it's not exactly the greatest, to be honest. This is the combined form. This is of course Darkwing's, and again it's just so cool. This is getting some third-party love at the moment, but funnily enough, the Japanese version, which I'm going to show you in a second, you can also see something else I've noticed, that this is a bit sun damaged, so that is something else to be aware of. You can see, I suppose, how much more teal that looks rather than the actual turquoise. If I've got that the right way around, I'm not too sure, but as I say, for the combined mode, it's just so much fun. Right, and interestingly enough, these were only packaged individually as well. We're going to have a quick look at the box, because it's going to lead and segue into the Japanese ones because of the art on the back. So there was 2 separate bubbles. There was a bubble for the Powermaster, and indeed obviously a bubble for the actual jet itself. There's the beautiful artwork for him on the front. We've got the transformation process there on the top. I'm just trying to see if anything looks any different. It doesn't, to be honest. And then we've got both product stock images there on the side. Now on the back, this is going to segue really nice into the Japanese versions. So obviously for myself and pretty much everywhere in the world apart from Japan, this was just the Powermaster and Pretender artwork, which you can see Powermaster Optimus Prime and a few of the Pretenders. I'm just going to quickly show you the tech spec as well, if any of you want to see that. And there, of course, is the combined mode with the combined guns there, you can see. Now, for the rest of the world, this was known as the Super God Master Force artwork. And Optimus Prime was called Jinrai. I'm not going to get into too much detail on that in this video, but you can have a look at these particular videos as well if you want to on this channel. So this is Hydra. This was his name in Super God Master Force, which was the cartoon that aired in 1988 in Japan. And of course, it is a straight up redeco of Darkwing. What I mean by redeco is obviously there's just different colours. So the turquoise is now red. And the other thing, what they did with the engines, I'm trying to get rid of the glare, is they put chrome on them. So they made them just look that little bit better. With regards to the engines, things to be aware of is that this is metal, so they can corrode. And the legs and arms do pop off very, very easily. The transformation process, do I dare do it? No, probably not. Is you would fold the leg over, that tab would go into that socket there, and the arms you could move around as well if you wanted to. So the main difference apart from the colours is all down to, I suppose, the spec about it. These were Godmasters, not Powermasters, and the very lucky people in Japan, they got 2 versions. Well, not 2 versions, they got them packaged twice. They got them packaged individually like this, and there you can see he's called Hydra. And for those of you wondering what the D304 stands for, it was Destron, which is Japanese for Decepticon, and 304. And again, if we spin to the back, there is the exact same artwork. But to be honest, the Pretenders, they played a huge part in the cartoon. But also in Japan, they were very lucky. They had this. They had the twin pack set as well, which, as you can see, consisted of both of them. So we have Buster and Hydra, but combined they were called Darkwing, so they still kept that name. And as you can see, they redeco Dreadwing as well. Right, that is the Japanese one. Again, if you've got any more questions or queries about these, they do have their own individual videos on this channel. And to be honest, it's interesting to see just how else they were released around the world. Very quickly, I'm just going to bring in the combined form, and again, that's obviously a stress mark from the other figure, but that is something to be aware of, and they do combine relatively easy and quite well. Last couple of things to go through with the showcase then. Unfortunately, I don't have the universe version of him, which is the redeco of Silverbolt, but I did have one of the Prime Wars trilogy version of him. I can't remember if it was Power of the Primes or the other one, but this is him, and I think they changed his name in honesty due to trademarks, but you can see the original is much bigger. So I suppose with regards to some of today's figures, there's obviously Leader Toxitron. Here we go, we've got a Deluxe Crasher. So quite a big original G1 figure in honesty. Very quickly, I've got a Core Class Optimus Prime here as well, who's just about going to fit up to his waist. There you go. Anyway, I think I've pretty much covered all bases with this showcase. If you've got any questions, drop them in the questions, obviously, and I'll do my very best to get back to you regarding them. Hopefully I've covered everything, but as I say, check out the other videos for the other partner and indeed the Japanese variants of these amazing figures. Hope I did him justice for you anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.